This is Terry. Hey, I want to let you know that my son and I just released our book, Unfinished Business. This is our story about something we did together. In fact, it really began with him inspiring me to do something that I had wanted to do for 12 years. And yet, I had a lot of fears and I had a lot of doubts in my ability to do it. And it took me watching my son overcome his fears and his doubts to really be challenged, and that was to do an Ironman, a full Ironman, 2.4 mile open water swim, 112 mile bike ride, and a full marathon after that in 17 hours or less. I'd wanted to do it for a long time, but I kept telling myself there's just no way I could ever do that. Well, watching my son, somebody that never swam competitively, never took a lesson, somebody that didn't have a bike, never rode for distance, and didn't run any more than 3 or 4 miles at a time in football. Watching him overcome not just some of the physical limitations that he had, but also, more importantly, the mental. He challenged me. He looked, I told him I was so inspired by him, and that's something I always wanted to do. And he looked at me and he said, "Dad, really, you want to do that?" And I said, "Yeah, but I could never swim." And he said, "Dad, you could learn to swim if you start." And I said, "Yeah, but that may be true." And he goes, "No, that is true, Dad. It's not maybe. It is true." I said, "Okay." And then he said, "What else, Dad?" And I said, My knees are bad. You know they're bad." And he said, "Dad, as you're swimming, and riding your bike, you're going to lose weight." And he says, "The truth is, Dad, you could walk the marathon and still make it in 17 hours or less." And when he did that, I realized I had no other excuses. And he looked at me and he asked me this question: "Dad, do you want to do it or not?" And that was the right question. And I got to be honest, it was uncomfortable. I knew the answer right away. I didn't want to say it because I was uncomfortable. I was still afraid to say yes, even though that was the answer, because I didn't know if I could pay the price of the training, if I could endure the miles. So many things were going through my head. But I looked at him and I said, yes. And that was the moment that I began to realize and experience and go on the journey that would ultimately help me become an Ironman. It didn't happen all at once. In fact, the first year I tried, I was disqualified. The second year, I made it, but barely. But it was because of my son. He looked at me, he asked me the questions, he made it real simple, and I really believe through all of this, one of the things that I really believe is that most people have lost and buried dreams, that they have pressed down so far down inside of them because of fear and doubt and past failures, that those aren't even dreams anymore. And every once in a while we'll get a spark, we'll get a window into that dream again. And we need somebody that'll be there to pull out of us what's deep down inside of us, just like my son did. Our hope is that's what this book will be for you. That whatever that dream is, we realize it's not Ironman for everybody, but there's something for everybody. And whatever that something is, we're hoping that you'll say yes to it, that you'll face your fears and doubts, do whatever you need to do to accomplish that dream and finish your business. Whatever that is, to finish, and to finish well. So we hope that you'll get a copy of our book, Unfinished Business. You can do it on Amazon. You can go to our website. You can order it there. But we hope that you'll read it, you'll be inspired, but more importantly, you'll take action and see your dreams realized.